Real Madrid 0, Barcelona 4. So 4-0, there isn't much to say other than 4-0. And the reaction from Carlo Ancelotti is shocking. Listen to what this guy says. Well, actually not listen, but read what he says. He says the last time Real Madrid lost 4-0 to Barcelona, which was in 2022, we won La Liga and Champions League. I think this is a disgrace. I think you should never make excuses. Because these excuses, 4-0 against Barcelona, and now you're saying the last time that happened we won the Champions League and La Liga. The thing is, it was a different time. We already were in the lead for La Liga and we were already deep in the Champions League when we did lose to Barca 4-0. So we could still trust him back then. Now it's different. This guy's not been pulling in the results since the beginning to the current part of the season. Since this Barca match, we are going to play against Valencia in the next match. Can I tell you something crazy about that match? We are going to get cooked. Because this is too little time for the team to respond. And especially against such a tough opponent. We are not going to get 3 points from this match. We're going to drop points. And why I say this is because we've seen this in the past. We will lose big. And in the next match, we don't just immediately recover. So guys, listen. If you're expecting a recovery, if you're expecting this team to now show out against Valencia, I'm going to tell you this. Expect disappointment and you won't be disappointed because you are going to be disappointed. But let's talk about the 4 reasons why we lost this match. First of all, Lucas Vazquez. Second of all, Ferland Mendy. Third of all, Kylian Mbappe. And then the fourth and the main piece of the entire puzzle, Carlo Ancelotti. Because Lucas Vazquez dropped the ultimate stinker. Like, he's not good at defending, we all know this. So I don't think there's much to talk about when it comes to Vazquez. We know he's not good at defending. Mendy, however, Mendy disappointed me. Because this is a player I've been hyping up for many years. And I said in a previous video, we don't need Alphonso Davies, we have Mendy. And then immediately after I say this, the man just drops a stinker. He was losing the ball a lot, couldn't defend. It was unbelievable. Carlo Ancelotti is an entire different story. This guy just refuses to try new things. He refuses to bench certain players. And he decides, let me stick with the same formation, same players. And also, not even with the formation and tactics, he changed it for this match. And it did not help us whatsoever. And I'm extremely upset. And can I tell you why I'm upset? And this is constructive criticism. This is not me saying Carlo is a bad coach. But I do think there's something he does that is bad. And it is that he is not a risk taker. He refuses to take a risk. Let me tell you this. Brahim Diaz just came back from an injury. He decides, let me put on Brahim Diaz who's not fit. Let me put him on instead of Hendrik and Arda Güler. And somebody told me this. And this is a great fact. He doesn't trust Arda. He doesn't trust Hendrik to play against these youngsters of Barca. Because look at Barca's team. 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. And then you get Ancelotti, who is afraid to play other youngsters from Real Madrid to go against these youngsters. It's insane. It's truly insane. We know Arda's quality. We know Hendrik's quality. Why are you not using them? Instead you want to use one of your favorites, Brahim, who is unfit to play in this match. And you know, I'm not making this video after the match. I'm making this video about almost a day after the match, because if I had to speak after the match, this would be terrible. And I'm happy I did this because now we can talk about what is next for this team. And when we talk about what is next for this team, we look to Kylian Mbappe. Because Mbappe's performance against Barcelona was actually a symbol of what we saw for this entire season. We gave him time, we gave him 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and he's still playing the same. He was offside so many times, which is not like him. He's one of the best players in the world, and he can't stay onside. So when it comes to him, he had the best chances the entire game. He had about 4 big chances. The best striker in the world, best finisher in the world, couldn't put one shot, not even one shot. Okay, sure, the offside goal he took and it went past Peña. That 4 chances he had in the second half, all 4 of it, he couldn't get past Peña. Peña, who is Peña? He's not Chesney, he's not Ter Stegen, he's Peña. It's just, I don't even know what to say at this point. But remember, we spoke about what is next for this team. And I think Mbappe is going to play a huge part in what is next for this team. I think now, this is the wake-up call. Not just a wake-up call for the team, but a wake-up call for Kylian Mbappe. And we saw him put on a good performance against Celta. I can see him unlocking that form after this match. I think he's going to be a huge part of it. Rodrigo's currently injured. Rodrigo will also be a huge part of this. And unfortunately, we are going to have to trust Carlo Ancelotti. I know people are saying he's washed up. I know people are saying we have to give up on him. We have to sack him. But I'm here to spread some bad news to you. I don't think Ancelotti gets sacked this season. I think this will be his final season. If he does not bring a Champions League home, this will be his final season. And listen, we're going to have Vinny Jr. receive his Ballon d'Or tomorrow. And let me tell you, this Ballon d'Or will not hit right. It's not going to hit the same. Everybody's going to think Lamine Yamal completely owned him and his team. There's officially a new owner of Real Madrid, and it's Lamine Yamal. But my honest thoughts coming off of this match is that I feel embarrassed. Why I feel embarrassed is we've been hyping up these players. We've been hyping up Mbappe. We have been underrating Barcelona. Some of us, and especially you guys in the comments, have been saying Lamine Yamal is not good. You guys have been saying Barca are overrated. And when they face Real Madrid, they're going to find out who's the better team. And the funny thing is, we lost every single debate that we made before this match. Pedri had a fantastic game. People compare him and Bellingham, and Pedri had a far better game than Bellingham. This team got embarrassed, and all I'm going to say is, to move forward, we're going to have to stop talking about Barca. We're going to have to accept they're the better team, and we need to focus, the team has to focus on improving themselves and admit Barca are just a better team right now. But let's get a rundown on this team. Lunin had a stinker. Mendy had a stinker. Lucas Vazquez had a stinker. Militao was bad. Rudiger was bad. Valverde was good. He was one of the only players who were actually running in that match. The rest was standing still. Camavinga, exact same as Valverde. He was good, but the only form of life in that team. Tchouaméni was poor, and his streak of starting matches and winning each match in La Liga is over now, so he was bad. Vinny was not terrible, but he wasn't at his best. Bellingham was trash, and Mbappe was the worst player on the pitch. So what are your thoughts in the comments? Please leave it there in the comments. I honestly feel like I don't even want to watch the next match. That's how bad this match was. But honestly, we Madridistas, we have to stick with this team, and we're gonna have to watch through all of the nonsense. And we're gonna just have to hope that we make some progress.